Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today's case is so devastating and so sad, and it hits a little bit close to home for me because I'm always shopping at Target, and I know a lot of people shop at Target as well. I'm almost there every single day because the Target that I live near is near my gym, and I usually, when I'm done working out, I usually go there. And I just think that this case is just so terrifying because it just shows how daily activities can become so deadly so quickly, and you just really need to be aware of your surroundings. So let's jump right into it. Kelsey Smith was a girl from Oakland Park, Kansas, and she was only 18 years old when she had vanished and was murdered. On June 2nd, 2007, Kelsey entered a Target which was located on the Oak Park Mall in Overland Park. Kelsey entered the Target at about 7 p.m. and Kelsey was trying to purchase an anniversary gift for her boyfriend because they had just turned 6 months. So I can only imagine how excited she was, and she was just trying to look for a simple gift. Surveillance footage captures Kelsey walking through the aisles while on the phone with her mother, discussing possible gift ideas for her boyfriend. But what Kelsey didn't know is that she wasn't looking through the aisles alone. A man who was wearing a white t-shirt and black pants was in the surveillance footage following Kelsey aisle to aisle, and he had entered the Target about 30 seconds after Kelsey, and the man followed her throughout the store, often looking at Kelsey, but Kelsey did not notice because he kept his distance from her. Unfortunately, none of the customers noticed this man's suspicious behavior, and Kelsey's stalker went unnoticed. Kelsey was able to find a gift for her boyfriend, and she was able to purchase it at the register no problem, and she had actually hung up the phone with her mother, telling her that she would see her later and she'll talk to her. Kelsey exited the Target at about 7:07 p.m. and she was hoping to get to her boyfriend's house by 7:30 like they planned. The Target was only 8 minutes away from her boyfriend's house, so when Kelsey didn't show up at 7:30, her boyfriend began to worry. It was very unusual for Kelsey not to let people know that she was going to be late, so this struck her boyfriend as a red flag. So he decided to get in contact with Kelsey's dad, whose name was Greg, and he was a law enforcement officer. After hearing this news, Kelsey's father was obviously very worried, so he made a phone call to the local police departments as well as the hospitals to begin a search for Kelsey. Approximately 4 hours later, Kelsey's car was found abandoned across the street from Target. Kelsey's wallet and the gift that she had purchased for her boyfriend were still inside the vehicle, but there were no signs of Kelsey. Detectives began dusting the car for prints and found prints from an unidentified person whose name did not appear in the forensic database. So then they decided to get in contact with Verizon to see where Kelsey's phone last pinged at, to give them an idea of where to search for Kelsey. Unfortunately, Verizon was not cooperative with authorities at all, and it took them about 4 days to get back to authorities with information about Kelsey's whereabouts. They had explained to the authorities to search about 1.1 miles north, and that's where her cell phone last pinged. And about 45 minutes later, on June 6, 2007, Kelsey's body was discovered near Longview Lake, Grandview in Missouri. She was covered in sticks and arranged in the shape of a pentagram, and sadly, it was discovered that she was strangled using her own belt and was assaulted. Investigators obviously wanted to get to the bottom of what happened to Kelsey, so they decided to ask Target for CCTV footage to see if they could find anything. One thing that I learned about reading this specific case is that Target actually has their own internal forensic lab where they're able to enhance CCTV footage if need be. As a result of the investigators asking for Target's help, they were able to get the CCTV footage of the day when Kelsey went missing, and they spotted a clear picture of a man named Edwin Roy. It showed Edwin entering the store after Kelsey as well as leaving before Kelsey. When Edwin saw Kelsey purchasing the gift, he left before her to go retrieve a firearm from his vehicle, and he waited for her in the parking lot. When he saw Kelsey get into her vehicle, he approached Kelsey and threatened her to get into the passenger side. He then drove off with Kelsey's car to the location where Kelsey's body was found, and at about 9:17 p.m. he drove back to that Target and left Kelsey's car there and drove in his own truck to go back to his own home. Obviously, this new information was heavily put out to the media. Everybody was looking for Kelsey and wanted answers, so Edwin's pictures were plastered all over the media, his car, what he was wearing, what he looked like, so everyone knew who he was, and thousands and thousands of tips came in, but only 2 tips stuck out, which came from Edwin's neighbor as well as his co-worker. As these tips came out, this led investigators to 26-year-old Edwin Roy, who was living at his home with his family. And the reason why the tips stuck out so much is because when Edwin and his co-worker were at work, the news was on and a picture of Edwin's truck came on the television, and the co-worker decided to look outside and he saw that that was Edwin's car. So he asked Edwin, he's like, hey, is that your truck showing on the TV? Edwin said absolutely nothing. He then went to his boss and told them that he felt sick and he went home. When investigators finally reached the home of Edwin, him and his family were packing to leave town. Obviously, investigators investigated the home thoroughly. They found very disturbing shrine, ritualistic things in Edwin's bedroom that kind of connected with the way Kelsey was set up in a pentagram. So investigators initially came up with a theory that this might have been a ritualistic murder. Also, they investigated that on his MySpace page, he quoted that he likes to eat babies. During the interrogation, Edwin claimed that he never interacted with Kelsey at all, nor approached her. And when investigators had asked him, why were your prints on the seatbelt buckle, he just remained silent. And he didn't really want to give investigators any information. He only decided to give information when he was offered a plea bargain in place of not getting the death penalty. He then gave a full confession as to what happened that particular day. Edwin stated that it was just a crime of opportunity and that Kelsey was just at the wrong place at the wrong time. He said that he saw Kelsey walk into the store and thought that she had nice legs, and he followed her to make sure she wasn't meeting up with anyone and had decided to snatch her. He also stated that he thought Kelsey was only a 12-year-old girl. This story to me sounds very disturbing, but I do not think that what he's saying is true. Kelsey clearly was not a 12-year-old girl. She got into her own vehicle and was going to drive off, so I'm more than sure that Edwin thought that she was not a 12-year-old girl. I feel like it had more to do with he wanted to do some type of ritualistic murder. And for this confession, Edwin was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. It's not enough to replace Kelsey's life, unfortunately. No matter what the justice system does, nothing would ever be enough for losing Kelsey. One good thing did come from Kelsey's case, which is the Kelsey Smith Act. This act enables cell phone companies to give records over to investigators to show where cell phone's last ping location is. Of course, this is only if the person's life is in danger. Unfortunately, before Kelsey Smith's case, cell phone companies were under no obligation to show authorities these records, and I think that's just so bizarre. I can't imagine how many cases went unsolved due to cell phone companies not providing this information. I thought that this was a law all this time. I had no idea that Kelsey Smith's case was the case to bring this into law. I always thought that this was a law, and I'm very happy that future cases have these things in case anything like this were to happen again. Now guys, this case is just so devastating to me. You go out for daily activities, just shopping, just trying to buy a gift for somebody, and you just never know what's lurking behind you. I just want to say, guys, always stay safe, always look around your surroundings, because you never know. And always let people know where you are. Try your best to just be aware, guys, because people out there are crazy and a lot of people are looking for opportunities to harm other people. Just stay safe, guys, and thank you guys so much. Leave your thoughts down below. Let me know what you guys think. Have you guys heard of this case? I had heard of this case, but I didn't do a deep dive on it. But it's just so tragic, just so upsetting, and I hope Kelsey is resting in peace. Thank you guys so much, and subscribe and like for more true crime. Bye guys.